Hello students, in our previous video we understood about the advantages of electronic or screen based trading. Then we also went through demutualization, its benefits and dematerialization. Today we would start with a new topic or a new term called depositories. So what is a depository? Depository is an organization or institution which holds securities like shares, debentures, bonds, mutual funds, etc. in an electronic form. So if you have an account of a share market with your broker and you hold XYZ shares of any firm, so that shares that you have with you is actually held by these depositories in electronic form. These organizations act as a bank where investors can open a securities account and deposit the electric form of shares or debentures or any such securities. Investors at any time can deposit or withdraw securities or give instruction to the depository to receive or deliver securities on his or her behalf. So the trading of securities is done electronically, resulting in paperless settlement in transaction with greater efficiency and speed. Right now in India, we have two kinds of depositories. First is NSDL and second is CDSL. NSDL is National Security Depository Limited. Not depository, it is Depositories Limited. This can be asked as MCQ for 1 mark, the full form of NSDL, and also as an other option to this can be asked that which one is India's first and largest depository, or the third MCQ can be NSDL was started or promoted by whom, that is IDBI, UTI and NSE. So IDBI is Industrial Development Bank of India, UTI is Unit Trust of India and NSE is National Stock Exchange. So these three entities came together, entered into a joint venture for starting India's first and largest depository, that is known as NSDL. The second is Central Depository Sources Limited. Even this can be asked for 1 mark in MCQ. It is the second depository which was promoted by BSE and the Bank of India. So to remember these three information, first the full form of NSDL or CDSL, second which one was first and which one was second, and third is they were promoted by whom. So in NSDL it was IDBI, UTI and NSE, while in CDSL it is BSE and Bank of India. Both these depositories are operational across the India through intermediaries. These intermediaries are called depository participant. DP is the most commonly used term for depository participants. These depository participants are electronically connected with depository and act as the contact points with the investors. So DPs maintain securities account balance and inform the investors the status of their securities from time to time. It means these DPs can be a bank or a broker or any other financial institution who has taken membership of either CDSL or NSDL or both. So if you are opening account with a broker, you have to ask, are you a DP also, a depository participant also, or just a broker? Because if the entity is just a DP and not the broker, you will not be able to trade. Right? So a DP maintains your shares and a broker would deal with the shares. It would buy or sell the shares for you. So DP is something, or these brokers are someone who would have the accounts with CDSL or NSDL, and that DP would offer you the facility of opening the account with NSDL or CDSL through them एज इंटरमीडियरी. मतलब कि कोई बड़ी बैंक की छोटी छोटी ब्रांच हो ऐसा आप समझ लो. सो CDSL and NSDL are the two depositories and all the brokers across India or the banks also would take the membership and offer the facilities of holding or selling the shares to investors. So this is the whole concept of depository and depository participants. Examples of depository participants are financial institutions, banks, clearing corporations, stockbrokers, non-banking financial corporation, that is NBFC, all can be depository participant. They just have to apply to these two entities or any one of them, undergo the required formalities, pay the necessary fees, and you would get license to work as DP. Now let us see the working of a DMAT system. DMAT system is dematerialized account system. All the securities that you buy would be maintained with the depository participants, and the account that you open with those DPs are called demat account. So if you want to transact in shares, first of all you must have a demat account. Demat account is just like a bank account from which the shares can be transferred to other demat accounts like cash. The demat securities can be pledged or hypothecated also. मतलब आपके पास जो शेयर पड़े हैं उसके ऊपर आप लोन ले सकते हो. So account opening form and documentation like PAN card, photograph, power of attorney should be completed by the proposed investor. यानी कि अगर आपको बैंक ये डीमेट अकाउंट खोलना है तो आपके पास एक बैंक अकाउंट होना चाहिए, कोई ब्रोकर होना चाहिए जो डीपी भी होगा, और कोई भी एक फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन का आपके पास अकाउंट होना चाहिए. An account opening form and other formalities you have to complete, you have to give your proof. PAN card is compulsory, permanent account number जो है that is compulsory for all the transactions. फिर या तो आप आधार कार्ड दो, या तो आप पासपोर्ट देते हो, या तो आप पावर ऑफ अटर्नी देते हो एज एन एड्रेस प्रूफ एंड एन आइडेंटिटी प्रूफ, दैट्स फाइन. And you also have to submit a photograph of yours. These things are done so that the chances of fraud or chances of forgery can be reduced. The physical certificate related to existing shares is given to the depository along with dematerialized request form. मान लो कि आपके ग्रैंडफादर ने आपको कुछ शेयर सर्टिफिकेट गिफ्ट में दिए हैं. नाउ दोज शेयर सर्टिफिकेट्स आर इन फिजिकल फॉर्म, राइट, वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म में नहीं है. तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा टू गेट दैट शेयर्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म? यू हैव टू अप्रोच अ ब्रोकर. फिर ब्रोकर बोलेगा आपके पास डीमेट अकाउंट है, आप बोलोगे नहीं, तो पहले आपको डीमेट अकाउंट खोलना पड़ेगा, एक बैंक अकाउंट आपके पास होना चाहिए. दैट डीमेट अकाउंट एंड बैंक अकाउंट शुड बी लिंक्ड, दैट वुड बी डन बाय द ब्रोकर. उसके बाद आप एक रिक्वेस्ट करोगे, डीमेट रिक्वेस्ट का फॉर्म आता है, वो फॉर्म लोगे, फॉर्म भरोगे, और उसके बाद दैट रिक्वेस्ट वुड बी कन्वर्टेड, वुड बी एक्सेप्टेड, एंड देन योर मटेरियलाइज्ड फॉर्म वुड बी कन्वर्टेड टू electronic form and would be deposited in your demat account. If the shares are sold, मान लो कि चलो आप you do not have any physical shares but you wish to buy the shares through IPO, initial public offer आती है कोई कंपनी की, उससे आपको शेयर लेने हैं, right? Then you must instruct your broker to get you a form of IPO, राइट. वो फॉर्म से आप अप्लाई करोगे कंपनी को, कंपनी आपका एप्लीकेशन और आपके पैसे एक्सेप्ट करेगी, एंड देन इट वुड allot you the shares automatically in your demat account. That would be in electronic form. Now the same shares if you want to sell, right? So if you want to sell the shares, again you have to instruct your broker that the shares that you have in your demat account you want to sell it. So broker would give instruction to the depository to deliver the share to stock exchange. मतलब आपके अकाउंट में से शेयर निकाल के डिपोजिटरी को हम कहेंगे कि भाई स्टॉक एक्सचेंज को दे दो. सो ब्रोकर रिसीव्स द पेमेंट फ्रॉम बायर एंड पेज देम टू द सेलर. आपने अपने शेयर बेचे हैं तो आपको शेयर देने पड़ेंगे और बदले में आपको पैसे मिलेंगे. सो दैट इज द होल प्रोसेस ऑफ अ डिपोजिटरी एक्सचेंज एंड यू एज एन इन्वेस्टर. आपके डिपॉजिटरी के अकाउंट में से शेयर्स कट हो जाएंगे और वो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज को मिल जाएंगे. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज बदले में आपको पैसा दे देगा आपके ब्रोकर के थ्रू. द एंटायर सिस्टम ऑफ दिस ट्रांजेक्शन इज ऑन द रोलिंग सेटलमेंट ऑफ T+2 बेसिस. सो assume that today, right now for example today is Tuesday. So Tuesday is the day of your transaction. आपने आज मान लो कि शेयर्स आपके सेल किए, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So that is T+2 days. So on Thursday, if you have sold the shares on Tuesday, तो Thursday तक आपको शेयर दे देने पड़ेंगे, राइट? और मान लो कि आपने Tuesday को शेयर आपने सेल किए, Wednesday को ही दे दिए, तो आपको नेक्स्ट 24 आवर्स में पैसे मिल जाएंगे उसके. या तो मान लो कि आपने T+2 फॉलो सिस्टम एकदम स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो कर ली, यानी ट्यूसडे को आपने शेयर सेल किए, वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे को आपने आपके जो शेयर्स थे जो आपने सेल किए थे वो आप डिलीवर करते हो डीपी को, और डीपी अपने एक्सचेंज को डिलीवर कर देता है. तो एक्सचेंज के पास से आपको विदिन 24 आवर्स आपके पैसे आपको मिल जाएंगे. दैट इज़ नोन एज रोलिंग T+2 सेटलमेंट सिस्टम. Remember, T+2 is the current system of settling the transaction in share market. In the same way, अगर आपने शेयर खरीदे हैं, ट्यूसडे को आपने शेयर परचेज किए, तो थर्सडे तक आपको पैसे भर देने हैं उस शेयर के, और पैसे भरने के बाद 24 आवर्स में आपको अपने शेयर मिल जाएंगे. Securities can be traded either on cash basis or a carryover basis, also called badla. Badla is the unique feature of Indian stock market. बदला में क्या होता है कि आप अपने शेयर्स जो है वो या तो आप कैश दे के तुरंत आप मान लो कि ले लो, अदरवाइज आप कैरी ओवर करके दूसरे दिन तीसरे दिन तक भी आप उसको ऑन होल्ड रख सकते हो. योर ब्रोकर वुड सपोर्ट यू टिल यू पे अमाउंट ऑफ the shares that you are buying. So badla system is not prevailing anywhere except in the Indian stock exchange system. It allows traders to deal in securities in the secondary market even at the time of liquidity crisis. So in badla, the stock exchange or broker act as lenders and charge interest for lending money to individuals in trade securities. मान लो कि आज आपने शेयर लिए, आप 2-3 दिन तक पैसे नहीं भरते हो, कोई बात नहीं, आपको बाद में इंटरेस्ट के साथ वो पैसा भरना पड़ेगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड कैरी ओवर बेसिस, बदला. Share certificate is now what is the meaning of a share certificate? Physical share certificate, right? It is a documentary proof of ownership of securities and the purchase of securities. This just a moment. So whatever shares you purchase would be with the exchange, and with the exchange of money you can even convert it into a dematerialized form that is known as share certificate, which is no longer existent now. 99.9% of the transactions are in dematerialized or electronic format also. In my next video, I will be explaining about procedure to trade in securities in stock exchange. So what if you want to buy or sell any company's shares or debentures or preference shares? What is the standard operating procedure? That I would be explaining in depth in my next video.